Hey gang, it's Tuesday, August 7th. I'm supposed to be filming a FlossTube video today. It's not gonna happen. I've had a horrendous day. I don't feel good. I don't know if I got sick from the lake on Saturday. I swallowed a huge gulp of lake water. Like, it went in my it went up my nose and in my ears. Oh god, it was awful. Luckily it was close to the end of the day, so I wasn't like miserable all day. Story for another time. But anyways, I don't know if that made me sick or if I overdid it this weekend. I don't feel good. I've had an awful day. I'm not gonna get a video filmed today. I'm hoping I will feel better tomorrow. I'm hoping. We'll see. I did do some ice dyeing yesterday, and I filmed some clips of that. I will get it all onto my computer and put it together and make a nice little video for you guys. That's about all I'm gonna have. Excuse me, that's about all I'm gonna have to do. So, hopefully I'll get a video up for you guys this week, but it's gonna be late, and I apologize. But I'd rather be late than give you something where I look like this for like 45 minutes of your life. You don't want to see this. Like, you just don't. Alright guys, love you, take care. Hey y'all, good morning. It's still morning. Alright, we are ice dyeing today. This fabric. I'll tell you what the fabric is after I'm done dyeing it, or in my FlossTube video when I'm done dyeing it. I'll tell you what it's for. It's just a piece of 16 count Aida. I want to say it's 18 by 10, but I don't remember. You can do this with pretty much any size piece of fabric. Ice dyeing is just a technique to dye your fabric. I'm going to show you how I do it, walk you through the process a little bit. There'll be pictures with the video because it does take a while to do. So, the most important thing is you need to have your mise en place. Mise en place is a culinary cook's term for having everything in its place, and you need to have everything before you start, because you're working with ice. Ice melts. And I normally do this in my basement, in my drop sink, but I have to do laundry today. My washer drains into my drop sink, for one, and for another, it's really hot today. It's going to be like 90 degrees. So, in an air-conditioned house, doing it in a second floor room melts the ice quicker. Makes sense. Okay, so what you need is a tub, container, something, plastic is best, that the water can drain into. And you're going to need something to hold up the fabric while the ice is melting. There's cat hair on it, and the cat just walked under me. The cat may make an appearance in this video. It's possible. This is his space. So, plastic tub. I use a metal cookie rack that I got from the Dollar Tree. And the most important thing is you need to have something that's deep enough. Sorry, it's dirty. It lives in the basement. You need to have something that's deep enough to hold all of the water, and that you can set your rack up above where the water is going to drain to, because the ice is going to melt, and you don't want the fabric sitting in the melted ice water, or you're not going to get the look you're going for. This is a really great technique if you want like a tie-dyed fabric, because it's really easy. So you set this up with the rack on top of the tub. Take your piece of fabric, whatever size you want, cut it. You can cut it, cut it to size. cut it to fit. You want to make sure your fabric is not going to overhang. Like if I were to lay it straight, it would overhang the edges. Obviously that would cause water to melt onto my table. Don't want to do that. So, and if you bunch up the fabric, it gets some really cool modeling on the fabric with minimal effort. I don't know what's on my fabric. So, and then I'm just using Rit dye. I have pearl gray, which is like my main color. So I have all of this. I put it into a plastic tubby because I mixed the whole container of pearl gray with just a little bit of denim blue, which I just bought these. I will link these from somewhere. Amazon has them, but they're like twice the price of a regular craft store. So if you absolutely can't find it local, look a couple other places and weigh what shipping would cost versus Amazon. So mix those in my tub, and then I just have a bag of ice. And I use bag ice. If you're feeling adventurous, you can go ahead and make your own ice and do it that way. I'm just lazy. It's easier to use bag ice. So watch your piece of fabric, set it up on your rack so that it's all good. No overhangs. Obviously, if it overhangs these sides, that's okay. This is why I normally do it in my drop sink, because I have use of the whole rack. And then you're just going to start putting your ice on it. And you want all of your fabric covered with ice. If the piece of fabric is not covered with ice, it's not going to dye. It's not going to have any dye on it. And yes, I'm dropping ice off of it. Alright, I'm going to pause the video while I put the ice on it. Okay, we've got all the ice on. That would have been really boring to watch because it took a while. Because you got to get it all covered with ice. Obviously, you're going to have little bits that aren't covered with ice. That's not a big deal, but if you have big chunks, it's not going to get the dye. And I generally make sure I have at least 2 boxes of dye, unless I'm doing a really small piece of fabric, because if I need to go back and dye it again. Alright, so now you can do this straight out of the package and sprinkle it on there. Because I mixed a little bit of the blue into the gray, so I had a little bit of a blue-gray, I'm just going to use a spoon. And go to town sprinkling. The more dye you have on it, the darker it will be. I'm going to use all of the gray. And you can hear it already starting to melt. Alright, so there we go. It's set up. I'll come back in and take pictures as it melts, and when it's all done, I'll show you what we do next. came in here to check on it, and you can see that corner especially. A couple of the corners and around the edges definitely did not get all of the ice on it. So you can kind of add a little more ice and a little more fabric dye, which is why I usually buy two things of dye, or just sort of push a little bit to the edge if it seems like you have a lot of extra, which is what I did to a couple pieces here. We'll let you know how it goes. Also, nail the table. Typical. So I do it in my drop sink. Alright. We'll be back to check on it later. Alright, gang. There it is. The ice is completely melted. Looks like it's got some spots of blue that are maybe not what I wanted, but I think it'll be good. I think it's gonna look really good. It actually looks different than I did when I walked in here, and there was still just a little bits of ice. So, alright. Gotta put it in the... I didn't put my camera in my tripod. I gotta put it in my pillowcase. Pillowcase. Yeah, that's a great... That looks awful. Okay. So, watch my feet. I'm going to try to do this with one hand. Yeah, no. I don't think that'll work. Let's... Sorry about the finger. Alright. There. Let's set up on my stand. You can see when I was pulling on it. I already got dye on me, but... Actually, I think it'll look really cool. It's gonna look so good. Put it in the pillowcase. Hope you guys saw me pick it up. Alright, into the wash we go. Wash it in a pillowcase. It's just, you know, kind of keeps the fraying down. And yes, there's fur all over this, because I have animals. And one of them is going to laugh really hard. There's the cat. See his butt sticking out? He's hiding. That's where he lays all day. He's been bugging me all day. There's my kitty. Alright, I'm going to go wash this. And I'll show you what it looks like on my floss tube. Well, that's weird. Okay, so I didn't tell you this when I told you I was going to go stick it in the washer. So here we are in my gross basement. It's going in the washer by itself. If you dye more than one piece, I've never dyed more than one piece, so I don't know what would happen if you dye more than one piece and try to wash them together, to be honest. Always wash it by itself, and no soap, and just a normal wash cycle. I think ours is set for, yeah, ours is set for cold water. So there we go. And this is my sink that I normally do my dyeing in. As you can see, there's the hose for the washer. So, and it worked out really well doing it in the upstairs today because of the heat. So these are probably going to get all jacked up when that drains. But alright, I'm going to wash it. It's going to dry tomorrow when I fill my floss tube, because this is Monday. Tomorrow when I fill my floss tube, I will show you the results.